G'day, mate. Welcome to the land of censorship. Australia, land of sunshine, shrimp on the barbie, and strict social media laws. Yes, you heard that right. While Australia is famous for its beautiful beaches, iconic landmarks, and laid-back lifestyle, there's a storm brewing in the digital world. That's right, folks. The land down under is trying to pull the plug on certain parts of the internet, and not everyone is happy about it. Imagine trying to access your favorite social media platform only to find it restricted or heavily monitored. They're calling it a way to protect children and fight online harms. But is it really that simple? On the surface, it sounds like a noble cause. After all, who wouldn't want to shield the younger generation from the darker corners of the internet? Spoiler alert. No way, Jose. The reality is far more complex and controversial. Buckle up as we dive into the wild world of Australia's social media ban. It's a rollercoaster ride of legal battles, public outcry, and ethical dilemmas. This proposed ban is like trying to herd cats. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and nearly impossible to manage. The government aims to regulate the digital space, but the internet is a vast and ever-changing landscape. It aims to create a safer online experience, particularly for young Aussies. The intention is to build a digital environment where children can learn, play, and interact without the fear of encountering harmful content. Think cyberbullying, revenge porn, and exposure to harmful content. These are real issues that can have devastating effects on young minds. But like a boomerang thrown by a confused tourist, it might just come back and hit them in the face. The unintended consequences of such a ban could be far-reaching. We're talking privacy concerns, freedom of speech issues, and a whole lot of confusion. The balance between safety and freedom is a delicate one, and Australia's approach has sparked a heated debate. Will this move protect the vulnerable, or will it stifle the very freedoms that make the internet a powerful tool for connection and expression? Only time will tell. Let's be real, the internet can be a scary place. It's a vast, unregulated space where anyone can post anything, and that can lead to some pretty dark corners. From cyberbullying to identity theft, the risks are real and ever-present. It's like the Wild West out there with trolls, hackers, and enough misinformation to make your head spin. Imagine trying to navigate a world where you can't always tell what's real and what's fake. It's exhausting and can be downright dangerous. Australia's concerns about online harms are valid. The government is stepping in, trying to create a safer digital environment for everyone. Parents are increasingly worried about what their kids are exposed to online, and rightfully so. Cyberbullying is rampant, affecting young people's mental health and well-being. It's not just about mean comments. It's about a constant barrage of negativity that can lead to anxiety, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. Then there's the privacy issue. Every click, every like, every share is being tracked. Our personal information is out there, often without our explicit consent. It's a digital footprint that we can't erase. Big tech companies are collecting our data like it's going out of style. They know more about us than we might be comfortable with. This data is a goldmine for them, but it leaves us exposed. They know what we eat, what we watch, and maybe even what we're thinking. Okay, maybe not yet, but the level of detail they have on our habits is staggering. It's like having a digital shadow that follows us everywhere. This data can be used for targeted advertising, but it also leaves us vulnerable to breaches and misuse. Imagine waking up to find your personal information has been leaked online. It's a nightmare scenario that happens all too often. Australia's efforts to tackle these issues are crucial for creating a safer online world for everyone. Papers, please. But for Facebook, the age verification headache. To tackle these online threats, Australia wants to implement age verification on social media platforms. Sounds simple enough, right? The idea is to make sure that only people of a certain age can access certain content, thereby protecting younger users from inappropriate material. But the execution is far from straightforward. Just flash your driver's license and you're in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But wait, it's not that simple. But hold your horses, mate. There are several layers of complexity that come with this seemingly simple solution. This is where things get complicated. First off, how do you verify someone's age without collecting a ton of personal data? It's a delicate balance between security and privacy. First off, How do you verify someone's age without collecting a ton of personal data? And what about those who don't have government-issued IDs? It's a logistical nightmare. Many people, especially younger users, might not have a driver's license or a passport. So, what then? Do we exclude them from social media altogether? Then there's the risk of data breaches. Collecting and storing such sensitive information makes these platforms a prime target for hackers. Imagine hackers getting their hands on millions of Australians' personal information. The consequences could be disastrous, leading to identity theft and other forms of cybercrime. Not exactly the kind of online safety anyone had in mind. The goal is to protect users, but the methods could end up putting them at even greater risk. So, while the intention behind age verification is good, the implementation needs to be carefully thought out to avoid creating more problems than it solves. Here's another head-scratcher. Who's going to be in charge of enforcing these rules? The Australian government hasn't exactly been clear on that. Will it be up to the social media companies themselves? That's like putting the fox in charge of the hen house. Lack of transparency and clear guidelines is a recipe for disaster. It could lead to censorship, overreach, and a whole lot of confusion. Australians deserve to know who's watching the watchers and how their data is being used. It's setting a precedent that other countries might follow. Imagine a world where every country has its own set of internet rules and regulations. It would be like trying to navigate a minefield of digital borders and firewalls. This could stifle innovation, limit access to information, and create a more fragmented internet. Not to mention the potential for economic consequences. International companies might think twice about doing business in a country with such strict online regulations. The debate over Australia's social media ban boils down to a classic dilemma: freedom versus safety. On one hand, everyone deserves to feel safe online, especially children. But on the other hand, excessive regulation can stifle free speech and innovation. Finding the right balance is crucial. It's not about choosing one over the other. It's about finding solutions that protect users without turning the internet into a heavily censored and restricted space. Section 7. So is Australia onto something or off its rocker? You decide.